Hey there. Welcome to the Overcomers of Relapse podcast. I am D, your host. This is episode 1 of season 5 of my podcast. So welcome to all listeners out there. It is great to share this experience with you. I decided with the introduction of episode 1 of season 5 to start off each podcast episode with a great meditation track to relieve the tension and stress we all deal with in our everyday busy lives. So sit back and enjoy. I will be right back with today's topic and discussion. So come on and join me. Relax and place all life problems and concerns on pause. Let's take a flight on angel wings. Enjoy. Wow. Nice. I hope it brought you a feeling of serenity and to a place of clarity that everything will work out all right. It certainly works for me. Okay, now let's get started. I just want to put this out there right from the beginning. This podcast is not only pertaining to relapse, as far as drugs, alcohol, or any other addictions. We are open to all topics. However, our main topic is why do we have addictive behaviors and how can we overcome them? On episode 1 of season 5, I would like to use for a topic, are you listening? Are you listening? This is a question I often ask myself. Am I really listening to what is being spoken to me? By now, everyone that has listened to my podcasts or know me personally know that I am a music lover, especially if you have visited my website. I love all kinds of music. So listening to it all the time is not an issue for me at all. However, if I am honest with myself, I sometimes have a problem with really listening to what another individual or my past experiences are trying to tell me. I am sure that some of my recovering addicts out there can relate. I mean, how often have we been to AA meetings, counselors, seminars, etc., and end up in our addictive behaviors, again, expecting different results? Now, I want to say in our defense, it is not always the case that we did not listen. This is a cunning disease, and in my opinion, the most dangerous recovering addict is someone who thinks they have it all completely under their control. My friends, chances are you are setting yourself up for a relapse sooner or even much later. This is a 1 day at a time process. I remember listening to several addictions professionals tell me this, and of course, me being me, not listening. I would rather think to myself after I've been clean for a while, hey, I got this. How many of you can guess it did not work out that way? Exactly. With this disease, you can never reach a point that you can be so sure of yourself. The possibility of relapse is always there. Now, yes, I believe it gets easier the longer you are clean. But the key words we must keep in mind are what I'm telling you right here and now. This disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. My addicted friends, are you listening? Let's take a look at the definition of the word listening. Listening means to take notice of an act or what someone says, respond to advice or a request. Now, the first word that captures my attention is notice. Now, I'm going to talk about this, and I hope I do not offend any of my listeners, because believe me, that is not my intent. I have had questions in my mind that I wanted to ask. So I have a few questions I would like to ask you. What captures your attention? What is your attention mainly attracted to? I mean, let's all evaluate ourselves for a minute. What electronic game devices, Facebook posts, TV programs, news media, etc., do you take notice to and captures your undivided attention? The reason I ask you this question, and the question myself, is whatever you give intense notification to, most likely this will develop a thinking process and a pattern without you not noticing based on what you do notice. I have completed several, and I do mean several, episodes of podcasts. Now, I respect everyone's opinion, and without judgment, you have a right to engage your time, conversations, and what you may consider productive listening and viewing to what you believe is beneficial to you. No judgment here. But in my personal opinion, I am here to tell you from my experience that I experience constantly. Individuals that do what I do, that are admin or managers, they in that type of position, such as myself, of a Facebook group, podcast, website, or any media put out, what I have come to notice is at least 75% of people give most of their attention, or should I say shares, like notices, comments, or thought statements. In my opinion, they give their attention mostly to foolishness that has no real substance or quality factors to help themselves or others with real solutions, or just enjoyable content that produces positive energy and enjoyment at its best. Now, wait a minute. Hold up. Please do not anyone get offended. It would just make it more obvious that you may be one of the ones I am referring to. Now, if you are paying attention to what I just said, without offense, it is proof that you are logically listening and not emotionally listening. Again, I say I am not trying to offend anyone, but when we check our status at admins or managers in our own Facebook groups, podcasts, or website, or like I said, media output, period, the stats don't lie. So my question again is, are you listening? My friends, it is totally optional what you give your time and attention to. And just like I am entitled to my personal opinion, we all are, because yours or my opinion are not written in stone. And we all have our own free will. Listening is one of our major human senses. It is the Creator's input device that is connected to our beings in order for us to receive information through audio. But you have to realize He also gave us the ability to choose what information is of value to you and for you. Listen, it's your call. No judgment here. Now, I admit something, especially some things in today's world, you just cannot prevent yourself from listening to. just to make sure you